this video we shall talk about variables and other operations related to variables. So variable is simply the name of a memory location in computer. So there is a memory location in computer, and variable is the name of that memory location which holds some value or some data or some number. Okay. So let's define a variable. So variable has two things to consider. So variable always has a name and a value. So we have written in Python code x is equal to 12. So x is the name of the variable and whose value is 12, and equal is the assignment operator in programming languages, in this case Python. So equal is the assignment operator which assigns a value to a variable. So x is equal to 12 means there is a box which holds the item 12. Okay, or a memory location x, memory location whose name is x and whose values is 12. Okay, so next step is to print the variable on screen. Okay, so we print x, so it will print command will print the value of x. So we run it here and you can see 12 is printed on the screen. Okay, whenever we print a variable x, its value is printed on the console window or screen. Okay, so what if we want to take x from the user, the value of x from the user? So here is the method we can use to ask the user to input a value. For example, here we can use input command. Okay, so input and print, these are the commands in Python. Okay, in the language structure of Python programming language, these are called commands. So input is a command, print is a command. Input is a command which takes input from the user. So in double quotations we can write the input prompt. For example, it can be enter a number. Okay, so slash n. Okay, slash n will move the cursor to the next line. Okay, so let us not write slash n for the time being. Okay, we simply ask the user to enter a number. Okay, so let us run the code. So here you can see the prompt or text written, enter a number. So I will enter 3. So the compiler will simply print the number 3. Okay, so in this line we are asking the user to input a number, and here the compiler is printing that number entered by the user. Okay, user enters a number, it is saved in the variable x, and compiler simply prints that number. Okay, so instead of x we can we can further extend the code of our program. So let's say in place of x we use r. So your variable can have any name, okay, x, r, or anything. So for example, let's say r is the radius of the circle. So we want to find the uh, we want to find area of the circle. Okay, so we shall write 3.12 multiply by, for multiplication we do use this star symbol, okay, and r, and for square we use two stars, okay. So this is simply the formula of finding area of a circle. So 3.14 multiplied by r square, okay. So we shall print area a. So a, the area of the circle will be printed on screen. So let us run this code. So compiler is asking a number, so let us say we enter 2. So there is an error, okay. Okay, that op, that operation has deprecated, okay. It is obsolete operator. So let us not use these two stars. Instead of that, we use power command, okay. So POW, power function, rather I should say power function or power command, you can say. So r power r raised to power 2, okay. So POW is the power command which takes the radius and raises it to the power of 2, okay. So let us run it again. So it is asking a number, so let us enter 2. Again there is an error. Okay, so I can see the problem. We have taken the input, so by default the compiler will consider the input as a string. So when we enter number 2, the compiler sees it as a string. String means alphabeticals or characters, and to convert it into a number, we have to use int command. So we use int and convert this whole into a number, okay. The input is whatever the input user will enter will be a string, and then this string will be converted into integer, okay. So by default any number entered by user is a string, is considered as a string, okay. So string or character you can say, or alphabetical character or symbol, okay. So to convert it into a numerical value, we shall use the int function, okay. Anything int function or any command in Python is followed by these circular brackets or round brackets, and these are called the arguments. For example, the arguments of this input command are enter a number, and the argument of this int is this whole command, okay. Similarly, this power function has two arguments r and 2, okay. And similarly again this print function has an argument a, okay. Let us run this program, okay. Now we shall enter a number, so I enter 2. So the area of circle is printed on screen. So when the radius is 2, the area is equal to 12.56. So let us make it more fancier, or let us extend our code. For a, we shall write, instead of a we should write percent d means we use decimal. Okay, percent d means decimal. Okay, so area will be definitely a decimal value, or percent d is the area of circle, and this will also be in percent. Okay. Okay, let us run this code again. We enter a number, 2. 12 is the area of circle. Okay, so it is simply rounding off the number, so it is not exactly equal to 12. We, instead of d, percent d, so instead of a decimal value we shall we need, percent d is normally used for integers, okay, or whole numbers. Instead of integer we need a decimal value, so we can use percent f here. So in the code we change percent d to percent f, so it will give the exact value of the area. Okay, so instead of in place of percent f, the area will be printed on the screen. Okay, run it again. Enter there is a prompt by the compiler, enter our number. We enter 2, so 12.56 is the area of circle. Okay, similarly we can also perform other operations on numbers. For example, let us say we take 2 inputs from the user. Okay, the input is r1 and r2. Okay, so these will be 2 different variables. So let us say we want to add these variables, so we can write r1 plus r2. Okay, so we call it sum. Similarly we can also find difference. So difference will be equal to r1 minus r2. So similarly product will be equal to r1 multiplied with r2, and finally the division will be equal to r1 divided by r2. So we shall have now four different numbers. Okay, so we want to print all of these values, so we shall say percent f 4 times. We want to use percent f 4 times. Okay, percent f, percent f, percent f, and percent f. Okay, percent f will be separated by comma, and also in place of is we shall use or the sum difference product and division of r1 r1 and r2 so in place of r1 and r2 we shall use two more %f's. Okay, so r1 and r2 will be integers, so we can use %d. So r1 and r2 we shall use %d two times. I hope you are understanding what is happening here. So soon you will see. Okay, so percent, so later we can also move this to the next line. So place your cursor here and press enter. So okay, so what we want to print some difference product and division. Okay, and then r1 and then r2. So you can see the sequence some difference product division r1 and r2. Okay, so let us run. I hope this will work. Okay, let us run this command. So enter a number, so I will enter 2. Enter another number, so I will enter 3. So the sum of 2 and 3 is 5, difference is -1, product is 6, and there when divide 2 by 3 we get 0.66667, or the sum, difference, product and division of 2 and 3. So you can see this command again, and you can now understand what is happening here. So this %f will be replaced by sum, this %f will be replaced by difference, this %f will be replaced by product, and so on. Similarly, this %d will be replaced by r1, and this %d will be replaced by r2. Okay, so that's all for today. See you in the next lecture.